Hey everyone, and welcome to the latest episode in our ongoing month-long coverage of Disneyland and what we love about it. This week we're talking about tips from locals on how to get the most out of your Disneyland vacation. And in this episode we are discussing best practices and tips on dining at Disneyland. But before we get to that, I want to remind everyone we're giving away a lot of prizes this month, including two 5-day, 4-night stays at the Disneyland Resort, along with gift cards and lots of other stuff that we're giving away throughout the month. If you would like to check that out and learn more about it and see how you might have a chance to win, just head over to www.info.com/Disneyland and click on the link for contests, and you'll find all the details there. We're also releasing a lot of video along with the shows that we're doing. And if you want to see what we have, what we've shot and put together for you, just head out to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DIS Unplugged. And joining me at the table this week are my producer, Craig Williams.
Hello.
The host of the Disneyland edition of the DIS Unplugged, Tom Bell.
Hey, folks.
Our resident historian and the host of Connecting with Walt, Michael Bowling.
Hey there, hi there, ho there.
President of the DIS and our webmaster, Corey Martin.
I'm still happy to be here.
And back in the production nook, our associate producers, Oliver Green and Rhino Clavin.
Hello.
We need to come up with a name for like a Benifer name.
There's a Ryan Ollie or something like that.
Renali.
He's trying to make
Renali?
Yeah.
Renali.
Something, I don't know. I'm not sure if I like that.
Very
yet.
Italian.
Renali. All right, so we are talking about 6 tips that you need to know from locals on how to get the most out of your dining plans and your dining experiences at Disneyland. So I will turn it over to our resident locals.
I'm hungry already.
For that.
All right. So number 6, we talked during the dining week about the awesome dinners at Steakhouse 55. For a change of pace, try breakfast at Steakhouse 55. Great breakfast, quiet.
Because it's one of the best kept secrets out there.
Yes.
Nobody seems to know that they do breakfast at Steakhouse 55. Not only do they do breakfast, but arguably it's the best breakfast you're going to have at Disneyland.
Yeah.
It is so good. The Eggs Benedict? Mm-hmm. Come on.
Yeah, that's what they're known for, the Eggs Benedict. They're excellent. That's what I always get when I go there.
Well, you and I, well, did I have the Benedict? I think I was being good because I'd been so bad that week. Because the last day we were there, you and I had breakfast at Steakhouse 55.
I had the Eggs Benedict.
And I think I just went with like something more simple because I had been so bad that week.
Right,
And I was like,
we were at Food and Wine Festival, Epcot Food and Wine that week too.
It was crazy. Or no, California Adventure
California
Food and Wine.
Adventure Food and Wine, yeah.
It does feel like a hidden gem because it's never busy in there, and you almost wonder. I hope they keep doing this.
You don't need a reservation.
Right.
No.
Unlike dinner, where dinner you really should have a reservation for Steakhouse 55. But for breakfast, you don't. Every time I've ever gone there, it's just been like kind of last minute, oh, let me go over there and have breakfast, and never had trouble getting a table, and the service is wonderful, and the food is just outstanding.
Yeah,
Did you stay
there's
for breakfast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's sort of an understated elegance, I think, to Steakhouse 55 that I enjoy.
It's a lot brighter for breakfast. There's a lot, like they've got the lights on, whereas at night for dinner, it's very dim. It's very, kind of has that certain type of ambiance. It's a different feel during the day. Still beautiful, and I agree with you. Understated elegance is a great way to put it.
Yeah, it's a good way to get in if you feel like the dinner might be a little bit too stuffy for you. That's not your type of eating style. If you still want to see what the restaurant looks like on the inside, see some of the great art that's hanging up all throughout it, definitely breakfast is the way to go.
Very cool. All right. So number 5, we talked about the lobster nachos at the Cove Bar, but you also want to check out the secret drink menu at Cove Bar. I found 5 different secret drinks that they have. So you ask your bartender, hey, what's the secret drinks? Most of them are like Long Island iced tea based. They have the Fun Wheel, which is like a blue, red, and yellow layers, and then a little Mickey ear on the side. They have the Black Pearl. They have one called Earthquake. There's a Neverland tea, and they have one called the Zombie that's like 5 different kinds of rum and like pineapple and orange juice and things like that. So really cool. Get your lobster nachos, but then also get these special secret menu
So
drinks.
why is it a secret menu?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't that just be on?
Because most of the bars, aside from the Carthay bar, most of the bars in the resort use the same drink menu. So
Trader
this-
Sam's even
Well,
has,
a lot of the same. Yeah.
but Trader Sam's has their own secret menu as well, drink menu. I mean, you can even get the congaloosh there, the different versions of it.
Yeah.
From the Adventurers Club.
And that's a big thing that is definitely not out at Disney World, especially whenever we're talking, not to get off Cove Bar, but talking about Trader Sam's. Our Trader Sam's is stuck on their menu, and they refuse to do it. You can ask them for the congaloosh, Navy grog, even something, even a staple on the Disneyland menu, like the shipwreck on the rocks, and they refuse to make it. So having that flexibility in Disneyland, where they're able to keep these secret menus, it's pretty cool. Definitely unlike anything you'll get out in Disney World.
Any tips for getting into the Cove Bar? Because there's always a line. I was
Yeah.
able
Yeah.
I was able to get in because it was just me, and I thought I'll sit anywhere at the bar.
yeah.
But it seems like there's always a line there.
And they've recently expanded, and there's still a line. The only recommendation is get there early 11, I think, when the line starts.
Start your morning drinking.
Start your morning drinking. Well, have
Bloody Marys.
yeah.
have lunch there or something.
But I did like what they did. I went up there, and they take your phone number,
Right.
and they'll text you. So you can
That
stay
just
in
started
the
recently.
area.
They're kind of testing that. They started recently where they'll text you and give you a couple chances to come back. And
Yeah.
all right, number 4, over at the Boudin Bakery in the Pacific Wharf, or the Pacific Wharf Cafe, they serve soup and salads in bread bowls. But our tip is to order them separately. Well, not order them separately, but ask them to put the soup or the salad in a separate container. And then you have your soup or your salad, and then you have this big hunk of sourdough bread. You can use it with your soup and your salad, and then you can put it in your bag and carry it around and snack on it the rest of the day.
Like a hobbit.
Yes, that's
feed the
like
poor
a
as well.
Now, Michael,
That's
you said you
feed
do
the
this,
poor.
right?
I do this because I was
It's the Mother Teresa touring plan. Yeah.
I was raised in San Francisco, so I to me sourdough bread is the best, and it just pained me that when they served it in a bread bowl, by the time you eat your soup or your salad, you're too full to eat this delicious
And it's
bread.
soggy, and
So I started ordering the bread separately, and they'll put the same size soup and salad in a little bowl for you, and they'll give you a bag for your bread, and it's just, you don't really need butter for sourdough because it's so flavorful.
No,
it has that nice
if I remember
crust.
correctly, Nancy said they'll cut it up for you.
They will cut it up for you, and you can get butter and apply butter as you go through the day, but it's just a wonderful treat.
Now, will they do the same thing in New Orleans Square, where you get
That's what we were
the
talking
gumbo?
about earlier.
I have never seen anybody do that, so next time I go to Disneyland, I'm
try
going to
it.
try it.
See if
and
you can
see.
get the chowder.
Yeah.
All right, number 3, talking about Dole Whips, which you have out here, but our Dole Whip stand is right outside the Enchanted Tiki Room, so there are 2 lines for the Dole Whip. Use the inside line; it's in the lobby of the Enchanted Tiki Room, and typically there's a shorter line there. People have started learning that, and so the advantage is not as great as it used to be. But still, it's better to go on the inside line, get your Dole Whip, and then take your Dole Whip with you and enjoy the Enchanted Tiki Room because they allow food in there, and you can bring your Dole Whip or your Dole Whip float and listen to the birds sing.
Yeah, it's a big one that you really have to watch throughout the day, because I was able to take advantage of this whenever we were out there. It was around like 1 o'clock, and no one had kind of picked up on it yet at that point. So I literally just walked up to the backside of the counter and was able to get mine within 30 seconds. And then all of a sudden, once I did it, I would say there was about 10 people that came in right behind me because they saw me going over to that section and doing it. So then I think it kind of dies off here and there, but it almost always works. And I will argue until the day I die, Disneyland Dole Whip tastes better than Walt Disney World's. I think because it is just slightly closer to Hawaii, but the best you could still get is at the Dole Plantation.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's good.
It
If you
just
want the
gets
second
decreasingly
best Dole
worse
Whip, you can
hemispheres away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I just had it a
The
week
closer
ago.
you get to the mothership.
get. Exactly.
Yeah, because they put chunks of pineapple in their Dole Whip. Oh, it's delicious. But and if you've only been to the Dole Whip here at the Magic Kingdom, you're thinking, what's the big deal? The line for the Dole Whip at our tiki rooms, the only place you can really get it at Disneyland, is sometimes extends all the
Oh, it's
way
crazy.
into Adventureland.
It always blows me
It's
away, the
huge.
size of that line.
Rain or shine. And so using Tom's tip, even if there's a line inside the patio, the tiki room or lanai, it'll still save you so much time.
And you get an umbrella and a cherry in the floats out there. You don't get that here. You just get a crappy little plastic straw stuck in it.
Yeah.
We can even find a way to make Dole Whips bitter. It's a special gift you have. It really is.
But out here,
Oh,
you
thank
can
you.
get the Dole Whip with coconut rum or something on it.
Yes, you can.
Yes, I've had that. It's tasty.
All right, number 2 on our list of dining tips. Don't obsess about reservations. Disneyland is a different animal when it comes to trip planning. Disney World, it's 6 months? No. For most places, you can probably get a reservation the day before. The exception may be Blue Bayou, some of the character meals and things like that.
Napa Rose tends
Napa-
to fill up.
Yeah, especially on special occasions.
Yeah.
Those sell it instantly. So the fine dining, sure, but if you just want to get into Cafe Orleans, what we talked about, things like that, most of those you can make the day before, a couple days before, some even the day of.
We've done that with like Carnation Cafe. So there's a couple hours. Like you can't do it like 2 hours or something before
Right,
the reservation.
right. Oh,
but we've done that sometimes.
In December, Kylie and I booked. It was like 2:30, and we wanted to eat at Carnation Cafe. We were able to book at 3:30.
Oh,
and so
excellent.
basically, we
Okay.
just kind of moseyed along to get there, and by the time we were able to get seated early and everything too. And I mean, that's just unheard of
Yeah.
in Walt Disney World.
Yeah,
that you could
exactly.
book like that.
Yeah, you don't have to do the kind of commando touring plans at Disneyland
No spreadsheets.
that you need to do at Disney World a lot. So
Is Carthy's Circle restaurant another one where maybe they should make advance
Yes.
reservations?
it's
Yeah.
advisable.
Yeah.
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 It's advisable.
Most of the time, they do not accept walk-ins. Every once in a while, midweek or something like that.
Well, I think with any of the signature
Yeah.
restaurants,
Yeah.
make a reservation. It's just you don't have to make it 6
Yeah.
months ahead of time.
Exactly. All right, the number 1 tip for dining, this is for Corey, at Disneyland Resort, corn dogs are special at
Corey or
Disneyland.
Craig?
All of them.
Well, Craig.
Craig's
Craig?
corn dog.
Okay,
Craig's the
Craig.
whole corn
Okay.
dog person.
Okay.
Yeah. Craig was the one losing his mind.
For very good reasons, I lose my mind over the corn dogs. And this is the advice, though, that Corey did need whenever he thought he could just walk up to any old counter and get a corn dog.
Yep.
Bitter.
You have to get it though at one specific location
Right.
is the absolute best.
Go for it, Michael.
Oh, that's the Little Red Wagon next to the Plaza Inn at the end of Main Street in the hub. It's a line, but it's worth it. They're the larger dogs. They taste better. They're fresh, and they're excellent.
You can get corn dogs a couple different places. You can get them at the Stage Door Cafe. You can get them over at California Adventure, but don't.
I felt
Don't.
cheated.
Yeah.
Because I paid the
As
same
well you
price
should,
and I
yeah.
got shorted. It was terrible. I felt so
Oh, there's so many places I can go with that. But I won't because we want to keep
You
a
can use
family-friendly
your,
environment on our show.
Annual pass holder discount there too, right? Because when I was a cast member, I used my discount.
I
there.
don't believe so.
Oh, just kidding.
Quick search.
Yeah, cast members can get discounts that annual pass holders don't get.
Oh, well.
So,
Sorry,
no,
everybody.
these corn dogs, they taste better than any other corn dogs you'll get anywhere in the world. And it's also, as you've mentioned before with dining at Disneyland, it's the consistency. I've never had one that was burnt. It's always perfect. And something about the batter, it has that right level of sweetness where the corn dog has I'm gonna lose my mind just thinking
Wow.
about it. I'm gonna stop now before I embarrass myself.
And it's kind of tucked away. You have to look for it. The wagon.
Oh yeah, no, it's just
Just
right
look
off to
for
the
the
side
line.
of Plaza. Yeah, it's just special. It's this. You think corn dog. I can get a corn dog anywhere. You can't get these anywhere. You can't even get a different representation of them. Like at Disney World, at one of our food trucks we have at Disney Springs, they try to recreate the Disneyland corn dog there, and it doesn't
Well,
taste the
they've been
same.
using the same oil since 1950.
55.
Good. I like mine with heritage and history.
And I think
Botulism.
I think Michael, because it comes with chips or apples, but I think you can order it a la carte
Yes.
Yeah.
for a slightly lower price, right?
And I highly recommend that, yeah, because you get the
But it
choice
wa-
of either chips or apples. Just get it by itself. Get two, and then definitely throw away the chips. Jeez, I'm gonna die at the age of 50 with the way I eat these things.
All right, so recapping locals' top 6 tips for dining at Disneyland for a change of pace. Do breakfast at Steakhouse 55. Number 5, the secret drink menu at the Cove Bar. Number 4, at the Boudin Bakery in the Pacific Wharf area of California Adventure. Ask for your soup bowl, super salad bowl, with the super salad in a separate container, and then carry the bread around like a poor person and snack on it throughout the day.
It'll save
Only
you
allow
money.
your children to snack on the bread from the bag. No, you cannot have popcorn, Timmy. Here is a little piece of bread.
You can't
and
have
it's
a
all you get until breakfast tomorrow.
You can't have a Mickey bar, have a piece of bread.
It's some bread. Number 3, if you're going to get a Dole Whip outside the Tiki Room in the Disneyland Park, use the inside line that's off the lanai as opposed to the outside line that stretches back to New Orleans Square. Number 2, you do not have to make dining reservations months in advance. Oftentimes, only the day before or even the day of will work. And number 1, get your corn dogs at the Little Red Wagon at the end of Main Street next to the Plaza Restaurant in the Disneyland Park. They're bigger and better. And that's always good. So that.
Who just giggled?
I've got a bunch of 8th graders in here. All right, that is going to do it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with you again next time with another edition of the DIS Unplugged. Thanks for being with us, everyone, and remember, bigger is always better.